Joe Madison on the line with us, host of The Joe Madison Show. JoeMadison.com is the website. It airs daily, weekdays, 6 to 10 a.m. on Sirius Channel 128. Twitter, @BlackEaglePower. Hey, Joe, welcome back.
Well, thanks, Tom. Appreciate it.
It's always nice to have you with us, although this topic
is not the most pleasant thing to talk about.
This topic is not the one that I would like to. But here's something that really struck me. H2O Man had this post over Democratic Underground. I just wanted to read a couple sentences to you and get your take on it. He talks about, first of all, the background of this shooting. He says Dunn had gone to the wedding of his son, with whom he had a failed father-son relationship. Apparently there had been a divorce. The son went with the mother, that kind of thing. He slammed down a handful of drinks, left early, stopped so his lady could pick up more alcohol and chips, got PO'd by some teenagers disrespecting him, got his gun, and then he fled the scene after he'd killed Michael Dunn. And then he goes on to say, in this H2O Man, in this post, goes on to say, some journalists have asked if Michael Dunn told his lies so often that he now believes them. I do not think so. I'm convinced from watching him testify that he knows he is lying. But the real problem is that Dunn does believe he was 100% justified in murdering young Davis, not because he felt afraid, but because he felt entitled. And he honestly believed that even if the police knew he was lying, they couldn't prove it. Your thoughts on that, Joe?
Well, first of all, they did prove that he was lying. In any case where you have a witness that, in fact, was in the car with him, spent hours with him, and testified under oath, you would in fact believe her. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. That was the other great thing about this case, is that they had witnesses and they had evidence. But I heard you talking earlier, Tom, and I'm so glad you brought that aspect of it up, and we'll deal with it on your show tonight. This is not about loud music. This is about what the word you just used, entitlement. Right. I'm entitled to fearful. If I see a young black male, maybe with his pants halfway down his behind, I'm entitled to feel fearful. If I hear a group of them together, look, we know this exists. If people talk about, if I see 3 or 4 young black men coming at me, I roll up my windows and lock my car door. I grab my purse. Do I do that when I see young white kids coming at me? I don't know the question and how individuals answer that, but it's about perception.
Well, I'm seeing a straight line here, Joe, from the early days from slavery in the United States, of whites in the South fearing slaves who might get loose or might fight back, to I just had a brain fart. The young man who was murdered for whistling at the girl down in the South in the 60s.
Yeah, exactly. Emmett Till.
Yeah, to Emmett Till, to Trayvon Martin, to Jordan Davis, and that straight line is there has always because whites have always known that blacks are oppressed. Whites have been always afraid of the reaction and response, and there's always been that otherness created. And the straight line from lynching to stand your ground, shoot first laws is what I'm seeing, is that what this law says is if you're afraid of somebody, you can shoot them before they have demonstrated that they are a threat to you. You just have to believe that they're a threat to you. And a lot of whites, particularly in the South, believe that somebody is a threat simply because their skin is dark.
Well, and the fear is that we have treated a group of individuals, black people, so badly. You can draw the straight line from lynching. I just saw a program the other day. A great play called The Tallest Tree in the Forest about Paul Robeson and what happened to veterans after World War II who came back with a new sense of empowerment. And the fear was, well, if they get power, they may do to us and revenge.
Right. Well, we did to them.
What we did to them. And there have been social experiments done on that. But people need to understand what happened here. And I made this point because we were on the air an hour after the verdict was read. Understand what happened. That in Florida, you can get 15 years minimum for shooting a car. But you can't get charged. I mean, you can't get a verdict for killing a 17-year-old young man, young boy.
If he's black.
If he's black. That's what happened.
Yeah.
People, now, yes, he'll be 122 if he gets minimum sentencing and lives throughout his the other charges. But think about what the justice system did in Florida, what that jury did.
But
somebody held out. They didn't argue over 15 years for shooting the car. He gets a minimum 15 years for shooting a car. A car is more valuable than the life of that 17-year-old kid.
Yeah. Joe, just 30 seconds left. What does this say for the future of the Stand Your Ground, Shoot First laws?
Oh, it says that I'm proactive. We all need black, white, mixed, whatever your demographic is, men, women. We all need to organize and go after that Stand Your Ground law, get it repealed, not only in Florida, but we have to get it repealed in the 20-some other states that have it. All this is part of that Alex group. It's almost legislation verbatim, and that's where this came from. And I'm thinking proactive. I'm thinking the two of us, along with our colleagues of like mind, we've got to get out here. We've got to beat the drum. We've got to send the message. This is a dangerous, crazy law that goes back to the Wild West.
Right.
And everybody knows it, Tom. So I think that's where you go from here.
I agree.
Because
and I think
it doesn't equally apply. Because remember, there's Melissa Alexander who's got a new trial. She used Stand Your Ground. She didn't kill anybody.
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program. Call 866-987-THOM.
Sorry, Joe. Heartbreaks.
I'm sorry.
Joe Madison.
Heartbreak.
JoeMadison.com. Great having you with us, Joe.
Anytime, Tom. Thank you.